Aloha and welcome to Experience 51, Digits Parts 3, adding the contacts collection. So now we're going to create a Mongo collection to hold our contacts instead of just having that list of contacts in the list contact page. When we're done, you should see a page something like this. Notice there are only two contacts in this list because those are the two contacts that are owned by John at foo.com. So again, watch this WAD before you do it. There's just not a lot of reading to help doing this WAD. Make sure you've done the branching, because we're going to create a lot of branching and merging. So I am currently on wrong repo. Digits, I'm on my list contacts page, which was for the previous experience. So now I want to switch to main and merge into the current branch, list contact page 2, which is the last one I did. So I merge it into main, I push it into origin, so that I've now got the list contacts page in my main. So I've done that. I want to make sure that I've got make sure I'm on main. I'm on main. npm run start. When it starts up, I want to make sure, again, I'm trying to make sure that I've got my list contacts in my main. So list contacts. This is the 3 because I'm using I haven't had the Mongo collection yet. So that's excellent. Okay, we're going to make sure it works. Now we're ready for the practice WAD. Again, please don't copy what I do. Watch what I do and then try to do it on your own. You really want to understand the concepts behind this WAD. So we're going to start by starting my timer. And then I'm going to create a contacts collection 1 branch. So I want a new branch off of main. Collection 1. Create the branch. Publish the branch to make sure it's available on GitHub. Then I want to go into IntelliJ. Again, make sure that I'm in the right branch. That looks good. So now, what do I need to do? Define the contacts collection. So I want to copy the app imports API stuffs directory and call it contact. So now we're going into the API side where we have all our collections. And I'll do it the hard way. New directory, contact. I want to copy this collection, but I want to call it contact. Let's just make sure I did contacts.js. Okay. So now I want to change the name of stuffs to contacts. So I want to replace the stuffs collection, the contacts collection. Its name is the contacts collection. Contacts collection. So now, hopefully, I don't have the word stuff in anything. Name of this collection, Mongo collection, simple schema. So now we need to update. So I did that, rename the collection to contacts, done. I need to update the schema to provide first name, last name, address, image, and description, and owner. Don't forget owner. They're strings. So this is first name, duplicate it, last name, address, image, address, image, description, and owner. We don't need, oh, we have. We don't need the condition. So we define the schema, we attach the schema so that now when we try to insert documents into this collection, it'll be validated against the schema. We have a publication name that is the contacts collection publication for users, where we'll publish only the documents, we'll talk about that briefly, only the documents by that user, and this one will publish all the documents in the collection. Okay. So we did that. So we want to update the settings.development.json with some sample contact data. So we'll use the contacts listed in list contacts as our guide. So we're going to edit the settings.development.json, which is located in the config directory. And we're going to say got the quotes. So now let's go to our list contacts and let's grab all of this. And sadly, we need to wrap these with quotes. Or I think if I right mouse click, nope. Come on. Wrap with double quotes. So I'll fix all these. But this. And I need an owner. And we'll say john@foo.com. Fix this. Double quotes. Do all the double quotes. Again, make the second one john@foo.com. Double quotes. Double quotes. Quotes. I think there's an easier way to do this, but I don't have it set up. So I think there's a right mouse click to get you fix ESLint issues. And then we have our owner. And let's make it admin@foo.com. Don't need that. So we got that. So we got our sample data. And now we want to load the sample data on startup. So we want to edit the app import startup server Mongo. So this is where we do the startup stuff on the server side, initialize our collections. So we have this add data, which adds the data name and the owner to the stuffs collection. So we're going to do basically the same thing. So we say something like const add contact and it's an arrow function, and we're going to do a console.log template string contact. We have a, what do we want to put in there? Adding the last name, contact.last name, and then in parentheses contact.owner, close parentheses. So we're going to get this adding and then we want to have our contacts.collection.insert contact. So that adds the contact to the collection. And then contacts.collection.find.count. That's how many documents are in the collection. If it's 0, meaning there are no contacts in our collection, we want to make sure that we have meteor.settings.default contacts, because that was what we set that property to, the default contacts. So if we have some, we want to log creating default contacts. Then we want to meteor.settings.default contacts.forEach, so that we're doing looping over each one. And then we want to say add contact. Save it. We've got our green check mark. That's looking good. So now we want to see, that should do it. So now let's do a Meteor reset. So that's clearing out all the collections, the project reset, and then we want to run start again. And this should initialize the users and the stuff and the contacts. Cross our fingers. Because we did the reset, so that clears the database. So now we created the users, admin and John. We created the 4 stuff, and we created the 3 contacts. Excellent. We could check that by running another terminal. Where am I? CD digits. Where is this? Where am I? Where am I? Untitled. So I'm in Meteor Mongo. See the collections, and I do have a contacts collection. That's good. I can hit tab.find. And I've got my 3 contacts. Owner is John, owner is John, owner is admin. That's really good. Did that. So now we want to publish the content data to the clients. So we want to edit the app import startup server publications. So we want to edit the publications. And it's very similar. So we want to user level publications. So we want to say meteor.publish, and it's contacts.user publication name function. And then, so we want to check to see that they're logged in. If they're not logged in, we don't publish anything. So we do that by saying if this.user ID, which indicates that there is a logged in user. If there isn't a logged in user, we want to return this.ready, which indicates there is no publication. There's no documents to publish. So we'll just return empty. So otherwise, we get the const username equals, I'm just going to copy this. So we get the username from the Meteor users collection, and we're looking for the user ID for the logged in user, and then we return contacts.collection.find, and we want to find the owner is username. So we're only returning the documents that the user, the logged in user, owns. And then the last one, we want to do the same thing for the admin. We want to say, so we're going to basically do a Meteor publish contacts.admin publication name. Oops. With that. And so now we want to check to see that we are logged in. So we're logged in, and we're in the right roles, right? User is in role this dot user ID, and we want to make sure that their role is admin. So only admins can see all the documents. So we return all the documents in the contacts collection. Or we just say the publication is not publishing anything. Okay, so now we've got, and we got a green check mark, so we're good. So we published the user documents and the admin documents, so all of them. Now we're going to edit the list contacts to remove the contacts field and subscribe to the contacts publication, mapping through to generate the contacts. So let's go back to our list contacts. So now we don't have our static list. But now we want to subscribe not to stuffs. We want to subscribe to the contacts. And in stuff items, no, this is going to be contact. So I want contact items. And it's contacts. And stuffs is not stuffs, it's contacts. And it's contact items. So now our contacts are here. If I can type, since I can't type. So contacts is now being returned. We're using the tracker. So the use tracker allows us to subscribe to the collections. So we return two things. We return whether or not the subscription is ready, and we return an array of the documents that this subscription supplies. So we subscribe to the contacts user publication, which was our publication here, contacts user publication. So we only get the documents that were the owner. So we get the ones that were the owner, and we know whether or not the contacts. Then I know I also return ready. So if we're ready, we render the thing, but instead of index, because that was a poor thing, I want to actually use contact.id. So that's the ID of the contact. And that's the unique ID for the contact. And then perhaps in the contact JSX, I don't need it, but I could put the ID in here, but I don't use it anywhere in my card, so I don't need it. F2. I no longer import, I don't use stuff, so I don't need the stuffs collection. So no things. So now we should be able to see when we go to the list stuff page. And I reload it. And what did I get wrong? Let's find out what went wrong. Oh, I was not logged in. Because I did the media reset, that logged me out. That's what happened. When I did the media reset, I got logged out. And now I get the two contacts that John is the owner of. And if I log out or sign out, log in as admin. And I list the contacts. I see the owner. I own only one contact. Haven't updated the admin page. It's going to list the stuff. We'll probably get to that later. So that's that. So again, the publication, I'm using the user publication, so I only get the ones I own when I do the list contacts. Should look like that. I did. Logged in as admin. Implement the admin page. So I want to contact admin. So let's do that. I want component. Copy, paste, admin. Okay. This is going to be admin. 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 So we're going to add the component name to the contact admin after the card text, add a footer with the block quote and containing the owner. So after the card body, we want, or after the card text, we want a footer with the class block quote footer, that's name, block quote footer, and we're going to get the contact dot owner. Oop. But we don't have one because we didn't put it in the prop type, so let's add an owner. So we've got, by adding the prop type, I now refer to it. IntelliJ knows it. We do have an owner because we added the owner into our collection. And so now update the list, or copy the list contacts and list contact admin. Admin. But now this becomes Shift F6 or list contacts admin. Do my refactor. But I'm not doing a contact, I'm doing a contact admin because I want to have that owner, so I don't need that. And I'm not using the user publication. I want the admin publication name. Right, so I want to get all the contacts, not just the ones I own. I want to use the contact admin. And I want to update my app JSX so that my admin, instead of list add stuff admin. So in my app, the admin goes to list contacts admin, not list stuff admin. And I can get rid of the unused import. So now, hopefully, I'm logged in. So this should go to admin, and it should list all the contacts. And you can see that we've got our footer with the block quote, and it shows who owns the contact. Okay, so there we are. We can stop it. PM run lint. Excellent. Looks good. Contacts collection finished in 28. That was 29 minutes. Push origin. Just to make sure it's up there. Contacts collection. App. Imports. API. Contact. I've got my contacts collection. Excellent. Looks good. I've got my NN. We're going to do this again. So switch back to the main branch. And then we're going to do our contacts collection again. And again, the goal is to get this all done within 40 minutes. Excellent. So experience 51, digits part 3, the contacts collection. Hopefully you have an understanding of how Mongo collections work, how we can populate the documents in the collection, how we have subscriptions. We have different subscriptions for different roles to give different sets of data. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you for your attention.